Hello, everybody.
We're taking over NGL.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of NGL where we talk about the things in life that matter. My name is Natasha.
I'm Zeleny.
And they are not taking over NGL.
Nope.
But
They want
to be podcasters.
I think we are good at it, right?
Yeah, this is our
Daryl?
interview.
Yeah.
This is
But
our
we
interview
clearly,
podcast.
we clearly passed it. Yeah.
You be the judge.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
we're
let
here
us know.
today, right? Because we want to explore this topic that Zel and I have spoken about quite long ago. So some time ago, I was telling her like, hey Zel, you know when I think back about like what my life used to be, how I used to be like, right? I feel like I was spunkier when I was younger, more interesting. And then it feels like as I grew older, maybe like I mellowed a little bit, but maybe it means that I'm a bit less interesting. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I said, do we become more boring as we
Yeah.
age?
Which I feel as your life progresses in your 20s, it may happen to some people. So to have a discussion on this topic, right, we invited two very interesting people that I know.
They're still
And
interesting lah.
I think
in their
so lah.
20s.
Maybe
Okay,
they don't
okay.
think so, but we'll find out.
Yes.
And they're gonna tell us whether they think that they've become more boring as they've aged. So why don't you start by telling us your name, wannabe host?
Hi, everybody. My name is William, and I think I'm quite an interesting person. I hope.
Think so too.
But I think Daryl is more interesting.
Oh, is it?
I think that's what a lot of people tell me, but I feel like as I grow older, I become more boring. But anyways, my name is Daryl.
Okay, but maybe y'all describe yourself now, right? Would you say that you live like an exciting young adult life? Actually, you have quite a lot of hobbies, right?
I think I gain new hobbies over time. Yeah, I think one of the thing I think I enjoyed till today, right, is like coffee making lah. Right. I still remember I think it all started like COVID. Like at the point in time, like people want Dalgona. Dalgona coffee. Dalgona coffee. Then after that there was some like trend.
All the
about-
different challenges.
Yeah, correct. Then
So
after
you really started from Dalgona?
no, I didn't. But it got me interested in this idea of coffee lah.
Okay.
Coffee. Then after that, I also tried triathlon. Yeah, but also it's a
Wow.
very expensive sport, so think twice lah. Try different things, and then like last time I was like always wonder like why people go for like yoga, Pilates.
So you went to go and try.
Then I go and try it, and then now I have to say that I quite enjoy like hot yoga.
Really?
Hot yoga.
Yeah, hot yoga.
Wow.
But, like cannot be
yoga.
ordinary yoga.
Must
be like
sweat until
hot
like,
and
wow.
like sweaty. Yeah. Then I still remember I go like 2 weeks straight. Right, I can memorize what the yoga instructor say already. Like set an intention for yourself. Like whoa, okay, what's the intention here today? I'm here to stretch, right?
Okay, so William has a lot of hobbies out of work. I'm curious, right? Okay, so as y'all consider what your life is now, and you look back to what it used to be, right? Maybe when you were a student growing up, do y'all feel like your life became more boring?
I think to me, I don't think it became more boring, but I think the way that I describe fun to be changed over time. Yeah, like in the past, right, I think to me, whatever was spontaneous and crazy, I was just like, I think it's fun and I will do that. Yeah, so like, if I can remember two incidents, right, one of it was that in secondary school, I'll not name my school just in case. Yeah, but in secondary
trace
school,
back.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
we were just like bored after school, right? So we decided, hey, why not we climb our school rooftop? So we managed to kind of find like a link way up towards the roof of our school.
Like the
Like the
doctor, ah.
roof, We were there, right? We were just walking through the roof, and then we happened to see
You
like,
walk on the roof?
on the roof. Yeah. Then we saw one of our teachers outside of the school looking up at us, and then we decided to run. Yeah, thankfully we didn't get caught. Yeah,
You
so that was
run
like,
on the roof.
It's
back down to
like
yeah.
those ancient shows, the bandit
correct,
run on
yeah.
the roof. Like
It's like the
Mission Impossible. The kind of.
correct. Yeah, that kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that was quite crazy, but
Wow.
I remember it was
It was
quite
very fun.
for us.
After
Yeah,
you all
fun
like continue
lah,
laughing.
yeah
it was fun. It
Never
was
got
like a
caught.
core memory. Yeah.
Because nothing happened, ma. Something happened, then not fun really.
Then I remember another incident was that we usually like to kind of like walk to lakes and all that, right? And then we were just like trying to catch fishes. Yeah, so then
With
I
your
just
bare hands. Just
no, like with
spontaneously.
a rod.
Oh,
Yeah,
you all
fishing
brought.
rod.
Okay, fishing.
So,
Okay.
so then I decided to just kick my friend down to the lake. Yeah, so many of us decided to just go in. Yeah, so it was pretty fun. Yeah, but the funny thing is that we had to go home drenched because we weren't prepared for it.
Do you take the public transport?
Yeah, we did.
Oh
we
no.
had
So you didn't think past the point of kicking your friend? That's all you wanted to do?
I just thought about at the moment of time it looks good for him to be in the lake.
It'll make me feel happy.
Yeah, correct. So I just did it. Yeah, so it was
Okay, so your version of fun, just spontaneous lah.
spontaneous.
Switch off brain, everything, never mind.
Yeah, don't need to think so much.
just live in the moment.
Yeah, correct.
Wow. You? Are you that fun too?
I think fun like it changes along the way, like what Daryl said. Once we pass 18, right, then we're like, wow, we can drink, right? So that was what was fun was like, okay, I just buy a box of soju, right? Then we drink already, right? Then we, a bit like high, right? Then we start dancing to TikTok videos. Then that was like so fun for us. But it's like,
I have to say, do you think you were cool?
I think so. But like,
Can you show us the video?
we're like a group of boys, we just like dance.
He's still
to it.
dancing now, but don't need soju
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
But now that I'm, I guess, a lot older than like back in schooling days. And also maybe because I recently got married. So I think it kind of changed what fun is. Last time it's like, I like to be spontaneous. Let's like, go out 7 a.m., come back 4 a.m. Then like the next day drink kopi, then continue with life, right? But I think now
Wow.
it's like, now I kind of like appreciate sometimes like routine. And I think, I know some people might find it boring, but actually I enjoy it.
Like you find your routines fun? That's the word you were used to describe.
Yeah, because it's so different.
Sometimes I would like, morning, right, just to like wake up, right, and do a nice cup of coffee, right. It may sound like quite routine, right, but then it's like so fun when you get to do a very perfect cup of coffee and you sit down there as the wind just like blow past your face, then you just take a first sip. Then you can taste every note of the coffee.
And later you can put a cricket
And
sound
then
right
you're
now.
like, wow, this is so fun.
You really find joy
Right.
in the small things in life.
Yeah.
Zell, do you think that you were more fun?
Well, I can relate to the school times. I think like the most fun times of my life, right, was secondary school.
Wow.
Yeah, cause like you really don't care about a lot of things. Okay, so this was in JC, I think. So like school got those fish pond, right? So right, I don't know why, but there was this like collective like crowd fun, a dare, right, for whoever that would eat a goldfish, like swallow a goldfish from the pond. So like the minimum contribution to the fund was $10, which is quite a lot for JC, right?
Yeah.
But like everybody contributed, right? I also should not name my school. But like everyone contributed until it almost reached 1K. Like
Wow.
$1,000. And like some guy actually went to swallow the goldfish.
Like not even like chill, just like straight up.
I mean, up to him lah. But I think the safest
the
is just to...
goldfish.
Yeah, I would say like, the goldfish.
But did he get his 1,000 though?
happening?
So if you contributed to the fund, then you get to see.
Oh.
So yeah, that's why.
This guy is a smart man. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
1K I would do it any day.
I think
1K.
you will do it for $500.
Maybe
You will do
500 a
it
bit
just...
tight.
No,
Just
you
for
will do it
fun,
for the
for fun.
vibes. No,
Yeah, actually
you'll be
really
like,
true.
hey, do you think I can?
Yeah.
Actually, can ah? Can ah? Okay, you try.
Yeah, I think so. For my pride, I think I'll just do it.
Hey, got goldfish here.
Yeah, but now it's like, okay, I feel like there are responsibilities, but I know that I still had a lot of fun in my 20s. It's different kind of fun because now you got like, you earn money, you got like big girl money, so you can like go sing K, you go out, you go traveling, that kind of stuff. But I don't know, after a while, right, I realized that like, wow, I wish I could be like William to, stay until 4 a.m., but my body cannot. Like literally, it's like it's like if I like get less than 6 hours of sleep, right, my body will just break down. So next day, like I can't
It's
even
true,
like
it's true.
dripping nose everything headache. It's like I hangover, but never even drink alcohol.
Like logistically, you just can't
just
anymore.
cannot. Yeah, and then like you only can report sick 14 days right a year.
It's very interesting for me to hear you all define it as fun, right? Because when I think about me maybe becoming a bit more boring over time, I don't think it's really fun. But I feel like my life was maybe a bit more interesting when
In
I
what
was
way?
younger. So like for one, I feel like my personality was a bit like spunkier lah, like just quite like speak my mind, just like say whatever I want to say, like whole day like laughing and saying some unhinged thing. Then after that,
Not
like
like now, man.
now it's a bit more control already. So you just
lesser.
imagine what I was like last time. Okay, I was a monster. But like I was a bit more like that. Then like whole day burning people. Then in terms of like my hobbies also, I think I had quite a wide range of hobbies when I was younger. But maybe also because school as in like the going to school and studying, it's quite boring lah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So you wanna-
to make your life more exciting, then I just like had a lot of things after
Yeah.
school lor. So like one very, very big area was like dance. So I used to dance like maybe 3-4 times.
Oh, I always
a
thought
week.
dancers were so cool.
So I was dancing for a period of time. I was in like theatre. Then like like I remember like in secondary school, like every single day after school, my class was like my group of friends will stay behind and play basketball all the way to 6 p.m.
That's my life.
Like every
Wow.
single
Really?
day. It's like I cannot get 10-1, but like I was brown.
Wow. I cannot imagine.
But so then when I measure my current life against that, right, I find that maybe a lot of these hobbies no longer really exists, and perhaps because a lot of it happened within the setting of school, right? So I was dancing for like with like my school dance club and things like that. So naturally, once school ends, and if you don't join like a new dance club, then the platform for that hobby kind of dies down. Same thing with like
true,
theatre,
yeah.
same thing with like, let's say basketball. If you don't keep up with a group of friends that you play sports with, then these are things that you kind of just maybe close the chapter on
Yep.
as you graduate from school life. So I don't know, when I was looking at it just from an activity point of view, I feel like a lot of things that I used to do in the past, I don't really do, which then made me wonder like, actually what are the things in my life that in some sense fill my time, and do I feel like it's as exciting as before?
What we define as boring and fun can be quite subjective.
Yeah.
Because I read like somewhere that actually some people like want to live a simple life, but to others, maybe simple life, which is maybe mundane, routine, predictable, can come off as boring. But it could mean also that this kind of life can be very meaningful because you're very present, you build deep relationships, you think a lot. Yeah. So for like Daryl and then William, right? What do you all define as interesting right now? We talk about like, back in the school days and all. Right now, what can that look like for you?
I think to me, right, one main factor that I thought about was actually, I realized what is interesting to me is making sure that I kind of like live my life to the full. Yeah, like I think that's the mentality that I feel like kind of governs the way that I find or rather what I choose to invest my time in or my resources, right? That would mean that is interesting to me. Yeah, so like to me, it's like if let's say I don't really like, let's say I just nua, I feel like, oh, that's not interesting to me like now. Like I will feel like, I'm not really making full use of the time that I have. Yeah, the resources that I have to go and do something about my life. Yeah, so I feel like that changes things. Yeah, like for me, because like back in the past, it's like not so much about like living life to the full. In fact, it's like how short can my life be, right? Like the things that I do.
Living like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, living like there's no tomorrow. Right? Yeah, the YOLO. Yeah, but I feel like that kind of like shifted as I grow older. No, but I think it's like as I grow older, I start to realize that actually with these kind of things that I find fun, actually it does have some consequences to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like either for one is that someone might have fall off the roof, right?
Oh no.
And then like, oh, what happens after that?
You really never think about this last time?
No, not at all.
The prefrontal cortex.
Yeah, maybe you hit 25,
Yeah.
then suddenly rational
I think
thinking
so. Or it's like when you started
strengthened.
having more like friends that are like sensitive, then that's where like, you know, like
Is that what happened in your life?
yeah, it's true. Like I think when I went into poly, right, or like, yeah, actually when I went to poly, then that's where I feel like my friendship and the friend group started to shift. The friendship that I had in poly was very different from my secondary school also. Yeah, because like we were all similar in secondary school, but in poly
All
it's like,
share one brain cell.
yeah. It's like our teacher always say that we are like the same birds of like flock together. Yeah, so
They're one feather.
yeah, they're one feather.
Whose brain shall we use?
Yeah, so yeah, but when I went to poly, like that's where I started meeting like different kind of friends.
Right.
Yeah, so
Then you get
then that's where I
different-
started to kind of like form that thought that actually whatever
What do
I
people
find,
consider
maybe I should consider a bit more. Like,
I almost died.
Yeah, so yeah, I think
Okay,
that
okay.
kind of shifted.
Yes.
Yeah, like when
Yeah, I
I
can
when
see that.
when I started being more considerate about people. Yeah.
Interesting.
William, how about you? What's fun and interesting to you now?
I think yeah, in the past, like really like want to jam pack like my schedule, right? Do so many things. But now it's about like what I find interesting is really like being in the moment and just enjoying what I do. And also like over
Like
time,
the coffee thing.
coffee is one. Then like
Yeah,
also
me.
I think cooking is very interesting for me now. Like to be able to slice the garlic in a very precise manner and consistent manner, and then like stir fry with like different kind of oil, and then like specifically extra virgin olive oil. And
But I realized that you picked up a lot of things as an adult.
yeah, I think I did. And also I think partially like what Zell mentioned, like maybe like
Got more money.
yeah, more money, or live in your own house. Then after that, like I guess
Sometimes
yeah,
situationally, you also need to learn to do things, right? Like
Yeah.
housework.
housework, yeah, like gamifying housework.
Oh, is it? Like, wow.
Like I like vacuuming now, right? Because like whenever I get to vacuum and then I see like a lot of like hair, right? Wow, then I feel like a tremendous sense of satisfaction. It's like,
You're like Pac-Man.
yeah, and I know like
snake.
certain areas, yeah, correct. It's like certain areas, right, just have a lot more hair. It's like usually like vacuum like the study room, then
Very
the
boring,
or the
nothing
spare room, very
much.
boring. Like nothing, no dust one, right? It's like, but then when I go to my own room, right, then like cause you
Outside the toilet. Or near the hairdryer.
near the hair
Near
dryer.
the hairdryer.
Wow, then after that,
50 points.
yeah, then the Dyson now, the vacuum got this green light thing, right? Then after that, wow, you shine and like, wow. Then especially if you off all the light, then you see all the dust and like hair, right? Then you just vacuum it. Wow, very shook. Yeah.
Oh, anyone come my house play game?
Yeah, we got a lot of houses for you today.
No, but it's really quite fun. Then like, sometimes we host guests, right? Then like if like sometimes girls drops hair a bit more often, right? Then I just kind of know right the dining area, who sit where.
Then you can see the hair drop.
Yeah, I know which area to
And
go.
this happens while you are having them over. Like
Yeah.
in the midst
In
of
the moment,
conversation.
in
Yeah.
the moment.
No,
In
in
the
the
midst
moment,
of
it's like, after
conversation.
that, okay, after this, I know roughly, okay, this part I need to
That's
vacuum more.
100 points for me.
Sometimes for me, it's like, I don't have to do like extraordinary things to have interesting experiences. But it's like really like, how do I make something like, I guess, more mundane, like interesting and more fun? Lor. Yeah, like sometimes like, I'll go to work on the way, then I'll count like, oh, how many people use what phone? Like, what's the most trendy bags that I can find today? Then like, I'll try to observe people like in the MRT. But there was once super interesting. I just like go into the MRT, right? Then after that, it got this very loud vroom, 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 vroom. Then I thought like something is like heating up and like gonna explode anytime soon, right? But then like everyone looks so nonchalant because I suspected like they all have like
Earphones,
earphones. Earphones, the AirPods in or whatsoever. Right? Then after this sound just keep on going and no one got scared. Then I was like,
So you were scared.
I was like a bit worried, like
He
what?
was already imagining.
Yeah, I was like, wow, is this a call for concern? Then after that, I just like try to
pull
like
the lever.
in the crowded church, like look around, like then I realized okay, someone's using a portable fan. Then I was like, okay, hang on, you know.
I feel like you really create a lot of fun for yourself. I'm curious, right? Like, do you ever miss your old life?
Miss my old life. I think there are some aspects I do miss. I think being carefree. Like there was this time in uni, right? So between my last exam and my second last exam, I got like 10 days free, right? Then I just decided, decided to go book a trip to Bali to go for a diving class. Then I didn't tell anybody. I just like, I just tell a few friends, hey, I'm going for an overseas trip. Then everyone like, are you crazy? Like, this is like exam period, like finals. And I'm like, but there are 10 days. Like, I'm not going to waste time. Like,
You can study in 2 days.
yeah, correct. And anyway, the last exam is like just MCQ. I'm like, what's so hard about MCQ? By the way, I just got so badly in the last one.
Bad life decision.
yeah, but it was so like spontaneous and carefree.
Yeah.
lah.
I feel like I have a very different like take on this. Like to me is that I wouldn't say I would want to go back to my old life. In fact, I like when I think about it, actually I'm quite thankful that I'm a lot more responsible now than in the past. And I mean just like my friends, like recently when we caught up, we just like literally sat for like 2 hours and just share our life. Yeah. At the end of the night, I was just asking all of them, who are we, man? Like,
Wait, this is the same group of guys?
yeah.
They run on the roof.
Yes, correct.
Wow.
So like recently we
so
met up, we
cool.
legit just like had
So
a
everyone's
chat for
like-
like 2 hours. Actually, like we have all grown up, but to me, I don't see it as less fun.
Yeah.
In fact, like I feel that there's a different kind of like joy in like being more responsible. Because I feel like actually when we grow older, the truth is that we don't know the kind of time that we have left with one another. Like,
Yeah.
just because life is short, right? So so I feel that because of that, actually, it made me treasure a lot of like the relationships that I have with people. Yeah, and I think I invest a lot in that.
Yeah.
Whether is it kind of like going overseas with my friends and then like making memories and treasuring like each other's time. Yeah, like catching up and just making sure like they are okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so like that to me like is fun now. Like which I mean, if you ask me way back in secondary school, I would think like, don't waste my time. Rather than like just play basketball and climb roof, right? So yeah. So I think that was like that
it really
shift,
has
Yeah.
shifted quite a bit from just living in the moment or
Correct,
I don't think
yeah.
so much to like actually building deeper friendships with the people around you.
Yeah. Like even interestingly, because like I think now with a bit more resources that we have as a working adult, I started to realize actually how can I use my resource to benefit the people that are less
Privilege.
less privileged. So in the past, I remember like when I'm young, I would think that I wouldn't even consider someone, right? It's just like I would rather like destroy them, like make their life miserable. But it's like now it's like when I think about it, it's like wow, actually, like my life kind of shift in the perspective that I have also. Like to me, it's like when I do that, like it brings so much joy as compared like to the past.
I feel you really like grew in the way you see people. That's why the output is very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel it's quite nice to see that. I mean, it's not just that you grew out of having that kind of fun, but I feel in some way it was like a sharpening of your values
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
gaining clarity as to what is important to you, then building your life around that. Which actually last time you also like that, but just that what was important to you was fun
Yeah.
and fun only. I feel like I experienced something similar because even though like on an activity like scale, right? I think like my life now has less like activity, less hobbies maybe. But I do feel like if at my age, I wanna invest in those hobbies at that kind of intensity. Can is can lah, but something has to go lah.
Yeah.
You know, as a working adult, and then for me, like being married, like I think you have limited time. And I feel like even if I were to evaluate how I lived my life last time when I was younger, right? It was full in the sense of like I got to do most things that I wanted, and I got to really, really like fill my need for like learning, my need for activity. But it actually came at the expense of some things.
Yep.
It came at the expense of physical rest. Like I slept so little as a student. It came at the expense of time with family, which I feel sometimes when you're younger, you kind of take for granted.
Yeah,
That like
yeah.
your family's always there. But now as a working adult, like things are quite different. I don't spend time with my family just because I feel obligated to, but actually I want
You want
to.
to, right?
Yeah, so I would plan my time around being able to spend time with my parents, going to visit like my family members and things like that. And I do have some friends who are quite actively still involved in these circles. But I think they would also say that it comes at the expense of certain things. I think for some of them, it does come at the expense of family time, of rest. So I feel for me, it was not so much just like, oh, don't have time to do this, but maybe a more conscious decision of what I want to spend my time on in relation to what is important to me as a 30-year-old. Yeah, which could be quite different from who I was when I was 18, when I was in my early 20s.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I can relate to both. I think something I had to grapple with is that I'm just not as young as I wish I was like, I mean, in the past lah, right? Like there's always that trade-off, like if I do a lot of things, right, then my energy will just go down. Last time it's like, just can sleep 3 hours. But now it's like, if I sleep less than 7 hours, for example, right, my next
Don't
day,
feel good also.
Present.
you're not present. Then like sometimes if, let's say, spend time with like people, friends or family, then you can get a bit impatient, right?
Yeah.
But so it's really
Yeah.
like, sometimes it's just like, okay, I just cannot do so many things. And I think when I avail myself in terms of energy, right, I feel like it's more fulfilling and satisfying also. And I think this change came for me when shortly I started work, right? Then I got a friend that I knew since I was 14. Yeah, then after that, he passed away because of cancer. And then it kind of like changed the outlook or how I see life right? It's like, last time it's like, oh, you just like chiong, then tahan for the future, right? But now it's like, actually the present is also equally important. Yeah, so like I start to learn and value like spending time, being in the moment, being present with people around. Yeah, and I enjoy it lah. Like even though I don't do a lot of things on Saturday now, but waking up with my wife and just to like spend a slow morning, right?
Saturday morning,
Now it's about being unhurried, right? And I enjoy the unhurried moments. Actually quite ironic. Now I chase those unhurried moments. Right.
Yeah.
Last time it's like
Wow.
I don't want like
Yes,
empty
yes.
spaces in my
Yeah.
schedule.
Yeah.
I want to fill it like with everything,
Yes.
But now it's like, how can I block off like this time so that I can have an
Take it
unhurried
slow.
moment? Yeah.
And I was just like thinking about my 20s, right? And I realized that I thought I needed to have a fun and interesting life. And I realized that a lot of it was actually external motivation. But then when I went into work, one of the conversations started that I dreaded last time, right, was, oh, how's your weekend? Yeah, then I feel like actually my weekend is just sleep, then I watch some show. Wow, but I feel like, wow, like when everybody share, oh, I went to like this cafe, or I flew to Bali and did diving or something. Then I was like, oh my god, all I did was like met some friends for coffee, and then I slept till dinner or something like that. Will I be boring to the extent that actually in the end nobody would like be interested to just like talk or make friends at the workplace? So I found myself, right, thinking that, wow, do I need to fill and pack, my weekends? I found myself like chasing after all these things. But actually, it's not like I really enjoyed doing them.
Yeah.
So like there was a period of time where I also questioned myself, like, am I doing it at the expense of something else? With my time, with my energy levels, or even like doing something that actually is not really like what I like. So I found myself like in my 20s, right? Thinking about, actually, when it comes to having an interesting life, right? Like, is it just the activities, or is it more of like my thoughts about, certain things? And I found myself slowly shifting to not so much of packing my schedule with activities, but more of maybe just thinking about why things happen the way they do, or talking to friends, or even meeting people who are a little bit different and finding out like why their worldview is, like why they think the way they do. I think it was a very big shift for me.
It's quite interesting that you shared that, because but I noticed that actually the difference between how someone finds their life interesting and fun, it really depends on how much they compare with others also. When we start to compare with people, or when we start to use like social media,
then see like what other
people are doing, then that's where we feel like, wow, I'm losing out on a lot of these like opportunities that might make my life interesting.
That's
the type 7 in us is like, wow, like when everyone look like having a lot of fun, but I'm just like here, it's like, am I missing out something,
So when I kind of like reflected about it, I realized that actually a big part of what made my life a lot more interesting and fun, just by my definition, is when I don't compare with others. When I don't try and like achieve like what other people would want in their life, but I just like find joy and contentment in like my own like hobbies and the things that I find interesting. So like even if it's weird, like coffee and all that, right?
Even
like,
if like people think your hobby not interesting, but as long as you enjoy
correct.
Then that's good enough, right? It can be good enough.
Sorry,
so
William,
don't conform to pickleball.
But we
You don't need to
judge
play
you for
pickleball
it.
just because everybody is playing. Okay?
Yes, that's right.
It's interesting for me to hear what you're saying, because I'm realizing that maybe my motivation is not so external, it's more internal. And I think maybe that point when I realized that, I feel like my life is a bit boring. I think more accurately, what I was feeling was like I'm not learning and growing. Because like last time a lot of the activity was, it's very fun because I'm learning a lot of new things all the time. Then when I eventually reached that point in adulthood where like I just didn't have time for these kind of things anymore, then sometimes it can feel like, all I spend my time on is work and then just catch up with friends. Like I don't like that feeling of not growing and feeling like I have stagnated in my life. And I inaccurately then felt like, last time it was a bit more exciting because I was not really like in this place lah. But I think after I thought about it a bit more, I realized that I think that feeling of wanting to grow, not wanting to stagnate, is not intrinsically a bad thing, but it matters where it comes from. So like, if as a person I really do enjoy learning new things, then that's fine lah. There are many different ways to include that in my life as an adult without having to pack myself to the same degree as last time. So actually, for example, in the past few years, I actually did pick up a lot of things. I picked up things like baking, like cooking, slicing garlic.
It's a cooking competition.
I think don't try. Don't try.
Come at me, bro.
You're up against MasterChef.
But like I really did try quite a lot of things. I learned like embroidery. I like crocheted. I did like painting. And like, not everything needs to be done at 150%. I think I live my life as a student at 200, 300%. It's like, I was living 3 lives, man.
Breakneck speed.
I don't have to be a pro at every single thing that I'm doing. I can just do it to the level of satisfaction for myself as a layman, novice, right? And feel like I'm learning enough and growing enough and trying enough like new experiences. And that's enough for me. And I think in some sense then, it helped me to also learn contentment in the little things that I can have in my life lah, like to not always benchmark it against like, it needs to be some very, very grand activity or like big milestone, right, that I can feel proud of it. For me, it was realizing that, neutral, that I like to learn and grow, and then find ways to include it in my life such that I don't compromise on the other things that are still important to me in this
and yet
station.
You still have that avenue to like come up from your comfort zone a bit.
I feel like for me, I also learned that it's okay to close some old chapters and to close the door on like an older version of me. And I can be glad that there was that version of me and that version of my life that existed. But it doesn't mean that I have to stubbornly cling on to that and drag it into my adulthood. And I think that's how it will be moving forward. Like if you become a parent, depending on how your career changes, right? I think it's quite crazy and also impossible to cling on to an old version of life when these other big things in your life are changing. Then you just cause a lot of internal turmoil, right? Feeling like, wow, I'm at this phase in my life now, but I deeply crave the old version of myself. I find that's very hard.
Then in the end you like just miss out on life.
Yeah.
You're just unhappy every day. So that was a realization I had.
Yeah.
I think last time when I was growing up, I think, and as I reflect, I think one reason why I think I was quite hard up on like, wanting to make my life interesting was that I always feel like I don't want to end up in a place where I look back and I realize that, actually, life has no meaning, and therefore I try to stuff it up with a lot of things to like make it interesting, and therefore like it's meaningful. But then I think as I grow older, I realized that actually just because I have a lot of things to do, it doesn't make it any more like meaningful. And if there's lesser things to do, then any less meaningful. But it's really how like I guess each of us how you want to make out of it. And I think that's how eventually I come to a place where I become more satisfied with whatever things I have to do or don't have to do. And I find that quite meaningful. And I think I'm contented and in a sense in a, I guess, healthy state also.
And actually, right, one thing that I realized, like, okay, I mean, use the example of dance, right? Actually, there are a lot of people in like their 30s or 40s, then they go and learn dance for the first time. But because I started it when I was younger, right, then the older me feels like, I'm never going to be as energetic as before. I'm never going to be able to do it like last time. And then I go into a dance class and then I feel so old because I look at all the young people and I feel like, oh my God, that was me last time. But actually, it's very in my head. It's because I have a certain like very fixed definition of what it means to do it at full energy, what it means to like throw myself into it, what it means to engage with this activity in the way it should be engaged, right? Then I look at the older version of myself doing it and I feel like, that's not as good. But that's very subjective, there's so many people who pick up new things.
You're putting that like benchmark on yourself now, but actually the you back then is so different from now.
And like I think if it is something that's accessible to you as a 30-year-old, obviously you are not going to have like the energy and body of an 18-year-old. But if it really matters so much to you to learn and expose yourself to this experience, I feel there's no need to keep feeling like, you lost out on so many years, you wish you started earlier, you're too old to try new experiences. Try lah.
To me, I find joy in actually having new challenges in my life. Say something that I feel like I cannot do. I actually do find quite a bit of joy and it makes my life a lot more interesting that I can kind of push myself to like achieve the next thing.
That you can be challenged.
And even if I fail, I guess there's that joy in like that process of like figuring out, navigating and knowing myself more. Like people always tell me like, like chill, like slow down. But I always feel like, like with the life that I have right now, like I want to make the best use of it. And to me, I think I find joy in figuring that out. Like the challenges that comes with it.
I do feel like on the point of like not comparing our lives to other people and feeling discontented with our lives, I think the reverse is also true. That if you have arrived at what you think is a fulfilling, interesting, fun life, I think also then it would be unfair to look at somebody who maybe lives a bit differently and think that, their life's so boring.
Stay true to
someone
yourself.
said that to me before, like,
really?
You stay at home all the time, that's so boring. Then I'm like, I love my house. Want to see my house? But like, I feel like there's no need to compare it to somebody else's life and then make them feel bad about the life that they live. If they are looking to like spruce up their life and they come to you, sure, give them suggestions and advice based on what you've tried. But don't go to somebody and tell, your life damn boring. That's very not nice. And like, I feel everybody can choose the level of intensity that you live at and also find your own fulfillment and contentment in that lah. As you grow older, I think it's helpful to settle on some core values that you hold to, so that it's not like everything is in flux and everything is always up for debate. Because I find that kind of life can also end up becoming quite like
chasing
just
after
chasing
chasing
after the
after a
next thing,
win, like you don't really know what you're doing all these things for. So what are some of these core values that are important to you? For some people, it could be like family. For some people, it could be like, your faith, some of these values, right, that you hold on to. And these things are then the core pillars. Then the things that surround it, right, I think you can
Play,
it's
free play.
flexible lah. So the
Mm.
kind of hobbies you engage in, things you want to learn, the kind of people that you want to surround yourself with. I think these will all then draw reference from these core values, but the core values are the things that I guess would follow you unless something major happens to shift
Yeah.
one of your core values. I do think that that's important to figure out in your 20s. So you enjoy a bit of the best of both worlds lah. The flexibility to learn, to grow as a person, to change as you grow older, but also in some sense that groundedness to hold on to some values that it must change for good reason. If nothing very major happen, I'm clinging on to this.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
makes a person interesting is their core values, I find.
I think so lah.
And why is that important to you, and then how you live your life? I don't know, to me I find that whoever I meet, like that's something that I want to know about.
It's like why are you so passionate
About
these
something,
things,
right?
Yeah. It's true.
Mm.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess what I would say is in this phase of life, especially in your 20s, is a good chapter to discover what's important to you, discover who you want to be, but also then know you are never too old to learn something new lah. You can always try and figure out what works for you and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And it would be great if along the way you find some community that can do these things with you so that you enjoy fun in a different way lah.
Yeah, you learn together lah with people, new people. So
Yeah. So don't feel judged even if you are doing hot yoga.
Yep.
Or gamifying vacuuming your house.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. We don't judge.
Yeah. We
Except
listen and we
William.
don't judge.
Even if you're judged, like
He doesn't care.
So secure, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
But
so
thanks,
our
yeah.
life not boring, not more boring.
No, I'm such an interesting
Yeah.
person.
I also think so.
Yeah. William?
never once doubted it.
I see.
Thank you for coming on our episode today.
Hey, you
and
don't need to thank us. You want to take over.
Yeah, but actually we've got an announcement to make, so sorry to disappoint you. But we are actually gonna wrap up our NGL podcast. Yes.
So the reason why we're doing this is that when we actually first began NGL 3 years ago,
Wow. it's
70
been 3
plus
years.
episodes ago,
Yes.
okay. Our main intention was always to foster community, and we thought of doing that in the online space because we thought that, you know, young adulthood is like a phase where we go through many transitions, and not everybody is able to have these conversations
Correct,
depending on
correct.
what your friendship
I
group is
remember,
like.
yes.
So we really wanted to kind of like be your friends on the internet, having these conversations that hopefully you would resonate with. And I think 3 years down the road, we have also tried some of our in-person gatherings.
Yeah.
And as we took some time to kind of reflect on the whole journey, we realized that the in-person gatherings were really the part of NGL that we
We
enjoyed
really
the
enjoyed,
most
yeah.
because we got to meet you guys in person, and then we got to also provide a platform for you guys to really, really find new friends. And we know that through our party, some of you guys really got to know new friends.
Sorry, William's real sad right now.
Yeah.
Show the face.
I thought we had more chance to come.
Well,
well.
you could appear in some of our in-person gatherings. I
Yeah.
think.
So moving
He's gonna do hot
forward-
yoga for all of you.
Wow.
Everybody,
What's your intention
for today.
But yes, we are going to channel our efforts into more in-person gatherings, and we really, really want to see you guys there. So we want to watch you guys make friends with each other and have such a great time just having conversations like
About
that with
adulting.
strangers who will eventually turn friends. And so if you'd like to, please come drop by our parties. We would love to get to know you and
Yes.
watch you get to know each other better as well.
But in
they're
the
not
meantime,
yet.
this is not
done
the
yet.
last episode, okay? So
Oh.
maybe yours have some
We
If
still
y'all
got
like
chance.
them,
We still got
you
chance.
tell us lah, give
See
us
you in
a
the
like
next
lah.
episode.
As host.
Hang on. So, you know, we want to go out with a bang, right? So we have some special episodes lined up for you guys.
Yeah.
We're going to invite back some of our friends from previous episodes. Like Daryl already assuming that, you know, he's going to be the next one. We're going to invite back maybe our production crew also, the people
The
behind
faces you've
camera.
never
Wow.
seen, but they've been here on like
Yes,
for
from
every
the
episode
very
filming.
start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to, you know, look back on the journey and, you know, just, you know, be just so thankful to have this platform,
Yeah.
you know, to share and to hear so many stories about, you know, just ordinary people.
Yep.
Yeah. So stay tuned, okay? Continue to subscribe to our channel. We've got more episodes coming up. We are also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
That's
If you
right.
have not watched our 70 plus episodes, now's the time to binge.
Yeah.
You have to do it, man.
Go and find William, find Daryl, find
Yeah,
any
they are
other
in
people.
previous episodes, correct.
Yeah.
And we're on socials as well. So we are on TikTok and Instagram, we are ngl.people, so you can see some of our snippets from previous episodes there as well. We'll post about our upcoming in-person gatherings too, and join our Telegram channel.
Now's the
where you
time to
can
join it.
You know, we really enjoy this time and we can't wait to, roll out more episodes and more in-person gatherings in the future also. So with that, we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.